Every garden should have one, and ours is very tame. Each year we find a nest somewhere as proof of his acceptance of our facilities. He does know how to make himself at home, doesn't he? This baby robin was very relaxed and didn't mind being filmed as it took stock of the world around it. Friend or foe, this squirrel is a very regular visitor. He doesn't seem to know the nuts are for the birds, and he probably doesn't care either, but he does amuse us. One of our favourite birds, the great spotted woodpecker. He enjoys nuts and the fat balls. There are 3 types of woodpeckers in the British Isles, and all have been seen here in our garden. The green woodpecker adds a splash of colour on a dull winter's day. Like them or loathe them, starlings are common in most gardens, but recent figures show that they are declining in numbers. In winter, a lot of them came here from the continent and Scandinavia. Their unruly behaviour is entertaining, and at times they seem to be acting just like humans. This sparrowhawk finds a starling to be a very tasty lunch. In a garden such as ours, we have lots of material suitable for the compost heap. The heat produced makes a suitable home for many creatures, such as the slowworm, quite harmless in spite of the snake-like appearance. This one, approximately 1 foot long and ½ inch in diameter, it is a very welcome guest. Summertime brings the poppies, and with them we have the bees, so essential to the ecology of the garden as they busily fly from flower to flower collecting pollen. And here's yet another colourful character having a good chew. Some people can't stand them, but I find spiders to be fascinating insects. Just look at their beautiful webs. Truly a work of art. Shredding is just one of the many chores to be done in the garden at this time of the year. Hidden amongst all the cuttings, I find this snail. It survived the raking up, and although it suffered damage to the shell, it was not long before he was on his way to freedom and to join his seemingly endless number of colleagues under the summer house. Lots of frogs abound in the pond, tubs and the bird baths. If you want some, we have plenty to spare. In winter, grey tits come to feed, and spring is a very busy time for gathering material for nesting. Many return trips were made to this free supply. Winter brings its compensation in the form of these goldfinches. The Niger seed is very popular and ensures a continual display to be filmed through the kitchen window. A real treat in February 2005 was the arrival of these waxwings, a first ever sighting for us, driven here no doubt by cold weather on the continent. Meanwhile, the sparrowhawk decides to use the bird bath. When there is a tasty meal to be had, the blue tits are never far away. And the same applies to the greenfinches, always frequent and welcome to the bird feeders. From time to time, they entertain us with their squabbling. Colour doves, whose numbers have increased greatly in recent years, are always with us, winter and summer, when they nest in the garden. And no garden would be complete without this very familiar friend, the jackdaw, one of our bigger birds. Their loud calls echo around the rooftops. In this short film you have seen just some of the over 40 species of birds to be found in our suburban garden.